Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we are doing something a little different. We're doing a pickups video from Japan. Together. I know. This is super cool, but also, I don't know, being weird about it. Anyway, so we had a really great trip to Japan. It was short though. We only went for how many days?
It was, but we did a lot.
We did do a lot. We didn't stop.
I think about 9 or 10 days.
Yeah. So it was go, and we've uploaded all the videos by now, so I hope you've enjoyed those. But yeah, we just wanted to show you the spoils. So currently in front of us is a whole heap of everything. The different games from like retro almost to now. No, actually, not really till now because the PS4 is not current generation. So anyway, you're going to see a bit of everything in this video.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
All right. There's a lot to get through, so...
A lot to get through.
Let's do it.
So first day we were there, our flight was delayed. We were there like late on a Friday night and we ended up going to Akihabara on the first day, technically Saturday. And the book off is the very first store we always go to, and people go, why do you go to that store? Well, firstly, it's the first store open that's closest to us in a vicinity. It opens at 10:30 a.m.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so we always hit there first, then go to all the other stores. And it was pretty good. We ended up finding a whole heap of Famicom disk system games, and they're good ones. So there was Super Mario Brothers that we picked up, Super Mario Brothers 2, Legend of Zelda 2. There are two here that I need to double check the names on how to say them, but there is the F1 race. This one's cool though. Did you know it had a blue disc system?
Yeah, you showed that.
Yeah, I was like, on the day, I was like, I didn't know there was a blue one. And then there's two games that I ended up picking up that I had to put in my email. So first is the Mysterious Musami Castle. This is like a cool like a dungeon crawler, but also like a platformer, and it looks awesome. And the soundtrack's really good. So this one I was really keen for. And the other one is also super cool, but this is Seiken Psycho Caliber. Maju no Mori for the Famicom. So this one is also another clone. Oh, sorry, I don't want to say clone because everyone on the comments is going to kill me. It's like a Zelda game.
Type-ish.
Yeah. Zelda-ish game. And I love Zelda
games. It looks pretty similar, to be honest.
Yeah, it does look very similar.
I'm keen to try it.
Yeah, so I'm definitely very keen to see, to play both of these. But I believe this one is now, it was on the 3DS. It came out on the 3DS system, the virtual system.
Okay.
And it might also be now on like the Nintendo Online. I haven't checked that, but I know there was a virtual one came out for Virtual Console. So people may have known of this one. But yeah, that was...
Cool. That was good.
They were 900 yen each.
At Book Off in Akihabara, of all places, like that's a good deal.
Yeah.
So now we just need to fix the belt on our twin Famicom so we can play them. Because that stopped working a few months ago.
That's a you job.
That's a me job.
All right.
But that was good. So
that was good.
We did get something else at Book Off, and I can't remember what I bought. I know what I bought.
I know.
Hang on. There was two things. I bought Shadow of the Colossus, which is Wanderer in the Colossus, I believe, in Japan.
Yep.
And 270 yen for the PS2 original version. Like, that is a good deal. So if you're into collecting variants, then yeah, for this classic game, look at that cover art. It's brilliant. So 270 yen, that was great. The other game that I was chasing on this trip, which I only just found out about thanks to Garth, part of the Den Boys, was Ore no Ryori, which is a cooking game. And I think it stands for I'm the Chef or something like that.
It's a chef game. And it's probably the original Overcooked, if you really want to call it like that. And I love Overcooked. So when we went to have a games day with Garth, it was so fun. So he showed us a lot of games that we probably had not played before. And it was instantly top of one of my favourite variety games.
I agree. I can't believe it's taken me this long to find out about this game.
Yep.
Super fun game. All mini games based on cooking. So yeah, if you see Ore no Ryori, definitely pick it up. That's a...
How much did you pay for that one?
1,100 yen. So I did come across it 2 or 3 other times for about 800 yen.
Yeah.
But it's,
I
it's
think
a
one might have
cheapie.
been 1,800 yen.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, that was pretty good.
It's a cheapie and it's a lot of fun.
So that book off is pretty good. So if you want to see that video, you can hit the card above and check that out a little later if you'd like to. But what to next? Oh, also the same day in Akihabara.
Yep.
Surigaya. Now, that day when we went around, a lot of the stores have become extremely strict on recording. I'm not going to go into that in full detail. There's not really much to say, except for the fact that a lot of stores don't, I don't know what's happening at the moment, but they didn't want recording. Particularly Beep. Beep is a store that we've recorded in since 2017.
Yep.
I found a lot of good stuff there. Over the years. But anyway, so Surigaya store is actually located right next to Beep. And at that time, at that day, they had cartons and cartons of brand new old stock Virtual Boy games. So I bought two that I needed, V Tetris, which I've already gone and put in a thing with my Tetris collection. But then this one as well, which I can't remember exactly what the name of it is. I probably should have looked that one up first. But this is another virtual shooting game.
Yeah, it's laser something or...
It's like another laser game. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So these were all 1,200 yen. New old stock.
New old stock.
And they had boxes of them.
There was probably like 10 inner cartons per game of Virtual Boy games.
It's crazy. We will touch on what we picked up at Surigaya, that same store, later in this video, because it's sitting here staring at me. But they had none of them left when we went back there.
Man, 5 days later, they were all gone.
They were all gone.
Yeah.
Every single one. Even there was, golf and a few other ones or whatever.
Baseball, golf.
Yeah, baseball, yeah. V Tetris, this
Tetris,
one, and the other
Tetris.
version of this. There's two games that are very similar that are like a lasing shooter game on the Virtual Boy. But everything was gone. So didn't take them long. I had a feeling, though, that I reckon it was Friends stock. Because Friends had just closed down and I felt like Friends had that new old stock and I don't know, I just had a feeling it was.
So
but anyway,
whether someone came in and just swooped in and
bought all
like
of
a bulk
it.
lot,
Oh, look, it was a damn bargain.
And two other things I can see here that I picked up in Akihabara that day. Night Striker on the PS1, a really cool shmup. So I've been chasing this one and you don't see it that often. It's on eBay at the moment. There's probably like 10 listings. But yeah, I never saw the PS1 in my previous trips. And this was at Super Potato in Akihabara. So very much like Space Harrier, but you're in like a vehicle. And it was also released on the Mega CD as well. So yeah, Night Striker, check it out, guys. Really cool shmup.
How much did you pay for that
graphics. I paid about 3,000 yen, I think it was, or 3,400 yen.
Yeah, that's good.
That was good finds.
Look, for Super Potato, it's pretty good.
And there was one other thing that we did buy. Hey, here we go.
Oh,
So this was
right,
at Retro Game Camp. Retro
Game Camp.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a Tenokoi bank card for the PC Engine. So the PC Engine, you can't save games on without a Tenokoi device that you plug the PC Engine into. And then you need this card as well. So the way it worked is you play the game, it saves onto this device, which has like a battery save in it. And then you put your Tenokoi bank card in there, and then it saves from the device onto the card. So it's a bit of a crazy system. But yeah, I didn't have one of these, so I picked this up.
I actually had a few of them at that retro game camp.
Yeah, I think I overpaid a little bit.
Yeah.
This was 1680, and I think I saw it for about 1,000
elsewhere.
in other hard offs. But yeah, look, I needed it, so...
I think that was not too bad. Look, especially with the dollar, for people who are watching this video that are located all around the world, thank you very much for watching our videos. In Australia currently, well, when we were there, it was almost dollar for dollar. So when we were referring to 100 yen would be $1 Australian. So a lot of people were like, oh, you know, you're doing the math wrong in the videos. And I was like, well, I'm not doing it in USD because that would hurt my brain.
Pretty much divide 100.
Yeah. So that's sort of what we were working on. So I think for $17-ish, if it would have been cheaper. But yeah, I think that was really good. You needed it.
I was happy.
You needed it. And then when else do we go to? So the next big thing, the next big purchases, should I say, actually ended up being Oh, that was that day.
Akihabara.
Oh, shit, that was.
You might want to, yeah. We'll
That was.
trade
Okay, so I totally forgot that this was day one. And the reason why anyway, I was so excited to find this. I still grin like a little Cheshire cat. As soon as I look at this thing. So this was Trader 2 would have been the first store we went to that was open from 11 a.m. And so we did the book off, we cruised down to Trader 2 and I know where to look. You'll see in the video, I just sort of like pop my head around as soon as I know where they place the PS4s. Anyway, long story short, they had the God of War console there. Now, everyone's going to be like, oh my God, you're crazy. You already have this, an Australian PAL. I didn't buy the God of War console PS4 Pro on release day. I bought everything else but. So there was a controller sold separately, the day one edition, and probably some merch or whatever. But I didn't buy the console and it sold out in Australia. Someone who was friends with me, Andrew, thank you Andrew, told me there was one for sale in a local area years ago. I went and bought the console, hence it's my PS4 Pro that I use. It's sitting up there and I love it and I love the game. But as soon as I laid eyes on the God of War Japanese edition, I was like, that is sick. That is like the best box art I've ever seen in my life.
Kratos looks so cool.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what it is about Japanese box art in general, but it's just so much better than anything else around the world in most instances. Let's just say 90% of the time or even nearly 99% of the time. I had to have this. So this was, is it 30,000 yen?
30,000.
Yeah, so $300. No tax free at Trader 2, by the way, which was fine. But you find some stores, if you go to them, may offer you tax free. That particular one doesn't. And I haven't opened it yet. This is going to be a separate, complete video of me looking at both. I don't even know if the console is in there. I shouldn't jinx myself.
We haven't actually checked, but yeah, I'm sure it is.
I haven't jinxed myself. I don't want to jinx myself, but that'll be a complete other video, which will be my reaction to the condition of this console. But yeah, that was my first big buy.
That was good.
Yeah, I was a bit crazy.
I spot something else that I picked up day one in Akihabara, and that was at Beep.
Oh,
so, most people know Beep if you've gone to Japan or Akihabara in general. It's a really cool store, a lot of unique games and also hardware. Some really cool PC hardware. But yeah, I've managed to pick something up every single time, and this time I found a original S-Video PS1 cable in box, and this was 1980 yen. So I do have one and I use it.
You can always have two because we have so many PS1s set up,
and
right?
I've got PVMs that don't have RGB, only S-Video, and I can't be bothered modding them, so I use the S-Vid cable, and it gives a really good picture. And it's original. You don't see them much. No,
I was actually shocked that you found that in there,
cool
to be honest.
find.
Especially at that price.
Yeah.
So the whole moral of the story is it depends what you're after in collecting. But I felt like when it came to that day, we all, like you and I both found things that we were looking for, right?
Yep.
You found different bits and pieces that weren't going to break the bank, even though I bought a $300 PS4, which I probably didn't need.
And one more thing.
Yeah.
Was this in
This was in Big Camera.
Big Camera. They have a heap of amiibos, and they were 2,000 yen.
1980.
1980 yen with
10% off.
10% off. And
then if you buy over $50 worth of stuff, you can still get tax-free too.
Tax-free as well.
Yeah.
So, they had a bunch of amiibos.
They had so many. They had the full Zelda re-release of them too.
Yeah.
And the 3-pack, I didn't get that, by the way.
But Snake, I don't have Snake.
Yep.
And although I'm not an amiibo collector, I am a Metal Gear collector, and I didn't have this yet. So for less than $20, had to. That was really cool buy.
That was really, really cool. So the next day we went out. We actually were probably, I'm not going to say hungover, we were just tired. It was Sunday. We didn't know what we were going to do. We woke up a little later. We slept in.
Was that Yanakuchi?
No, that was not. That was, we went to Shinjuku.
I went to Surugaya.
Yeah, Surugaya in Shinjuku.
Yep.
Now,
yes.
we did we stop for lunch or were we just walking past? No, it was raining.
It was raining.
We went to Segafredo.
Segafredo and just
had a coffee and
cake
a
or something
sandwich
like that.
and cake or whatnot.
Whatever.
Naughty. It is holidays though. And we ended up just walking out of there and it started belting down with rain. And we were like, what is that noise? And it was this cool retro music blasting from this store.
Yeah, it was like 8-bit video game music.
8-bit video game music. And so we walked in and the whole floor on the street level, so it's 5 levels or something, and the street level one was pretty much all game music.
Disc Union.
Disc Union. We will hit a link in the description of this video as well. But guys, if you are in Japan and you see a Disc Union, just go check it out. Whether or not, we went and checked out other stores that aren't on the channel, but we went to, when we were in Shibuya, which is where we normally stay, just side note, there are different stores, and there's like R&B one, there's a dance one, there's a jazz one. Like they have so many vinyls and so many CDs of quality music. But anyway.
But yeah, this one in particular, the whole ground floor was mainly video game music.
Yep.
And they even had some original video game
artwork,
one sheet posters.
I know.
Advertisements for sale, and I think they were around $100.
They were about $100 each,
or something like
which
that.
wasn't bad, but I wasn't willing to risk getting them home,
Yeah.
but they were beautiful.
So you found this one.
So yeah, I found the Legend of Zelda 30th Anniversary Game Music Collection. The prices have been taken off these, so I think I'm just gonna. I do have a reel on Instagram, which is probably going to show you the pricing. But I think this was around 2,400 yen. So let's just say $25 Australian. I'm really happy that I picked that up because it's one I've been wanting for a while. The other one is quite obscure, and this trip seemed to be full of this game, which is awesome. So you'll see this from our next trip to Akihabara later in the trip when we go through everything. But I picked up the Death Smiles album soundtrack. I'm so keen to bloody listen to this one. And this was 900 yen, so I couldn't leave it.
It's a good price.
$9 for a game soundtrack.
Who would have thought
Death
they would
Smiles.
And I didn't know they even released a soundtrack for that. Like
Sick. It's so sick. It's just so good.
That's cool.
All right.
But yeah, I went a bit overboard because it's not every day you find sealed Metal Gear soundtracks. But starting off first of all, Outrun Music Collection, 2750, so 2,750 yen. One of the best gaming soundtracks of all time, Outrun. Come on. Had to grab that. Sealed, brand new. Also, the original Metal Gear Solid soundtrack, sealed. This was like...
These are all... Bo's ones are new.
Yeah, this...
Mine are pre-owned.
I think this was the same price, about $27.50.
This one actually, it was...
No, that one was cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh, this might have been... Oh, fuck, this might have been 2,000.
No, he was giving me 20% off selected tickets. So inside each of them had different colours, and whatever was orange that day got an additional 20% off if you spent like $100 in store or $50 in store or something.
Yeah.
So these soundtrack... that store, if I could just teleport myself and go back there, I would. I love that store.
Probably spent about 2 hours.
2 hours just in this one little section. It was so good.
But yeah, Metal Gear, I do have this, but I wanted another one sealed for $20. I could not say no. And then I found this really, hang on, which one is it? Main theme. Okay, I got 2 Peace Walker CDs. One of them is the original soundtrack, and the other one is like a medley or something like that. I can't actually figure out what it is, but I got that for like $8.
Yeah, it was so cheap.
And then I got the original one for, I think that was like $25 as well. And then, less than $30, got the Snake Eater soundtrack in the green case with the original sleeve. Brand new, less than $30. Like,
I couldn't believe that.
I got the original one in Friends a couple of years ago for about $40. And I had that signed by Cynthia Harrell, and Yoshi Shinkawa signed it as well. But yeah, to get another one sealed with the jacket and stuff, I had to get it.
Yeah.
So.
That store was incredible. As I said, if you are going to Japan, I think out of all of the links and stuff we share in this video today,
Yep.
definitely save that Shinjuku store. It was absolutely incredible. It was so, so good. And then amongst our trip, we probably made it out to some hard-offs, which is the sort of next thing that we did. So what you're going to see now is like some probably like weird odds and bobs of different things and like rarity of games that I personally wanted to pick up. So did Bo. And then we'll get looped back around to sort of closer to the end of the trip. So one thing that's big that's just sitting in front of me that I'm just going to put out there. I don't care if you all think I'm weird. Ever since I started traveling to Japan and I found out about this box set, I've wanted one ever since.
And they've been everywhere.
They've been everywhere. They've been everywhere, every trip, every junk section
Yep.
for years. Like if you watch any of my old videos, I guarantee it, I swear.
For $3.
You will see it. They used to be $1.
$1.
I paid $3 for this one. It's complete. The box is a little bit worn, but I'm very, very keen to play this. So out of all the things after recording this video, the first thing I'm going to do is play Donkey Konga because I've wanted to play for so long. So this was $3.30. So I actually paid $3 for it because we would have spent enough to get
it's worth a
tax-free.
space.
Oh, I wanted it for so long.
Yeah.
I wanted it. There's actually 2 box variants. This is the box variant I personally prefer.
Yeah.
And then around the same time at different hard-offs, Bo picked up these oddities, which are really, really cool.
Oh, so I picked up a PC Engine multi-tap in box 1650 yen. Now, to be honest, I don't really use PC Engine multi-taps that much. I've already got one in the drawer that I've been meaning to retro bright for a while, but this was sealed. Or I don't think it's sealed, but it's in box, so 1650. I wanted to grab that. Also, Seaman 2. I have the first one with the controller box. Don't have the second game. So I was happy to grab that. That was 1650 as well. And then this was a highlight of the trip. So this is the Sons of Liberty Metal Gear Solid 2 shareholder version copy of the game. So I paid 5,500 yen for this. Very special release. This was only given to Konami stockholders at the time. Really don't see this come up that often.
I didn't even know it existed.
I've never seen it in Japan on my trip, and it just popped up as I was going through the shelf. So yeah, this was a pretty special find, this one. Very happy.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Well, I went a bit nuts. I bought stacks of stuff, which is probably a little bit more than normally Bo tends to buy a bit more than me. You actually grabbed that. You should show that because sort of leads me into what I...
At the same time, Typing of the Dead Big Box PC edition. If anyone knows Typing of the Dead, to find it on PC, big box, like this does not come up often as well.
Yeah.
Like this is, I have the keyboard and the big box for PS2, but yeah, I saw this come up. I think it was cheap. I think it was like 1,200 yen.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap.
But yeah, that was a really cool find.
Yeah, there was a few.
And the stuff inside it that I actually packed games.
Oh my god!
Inside this when I shipped this back.
Are you serious?
So yeah, hang on. Look at some Famicom games.
What else is in here?
That's it. So I've got the instructions and the game disc for Typing of the Dead.
Can I claim these? No, these were the ones that you picked. No, these were from the same store.
Yeah,
but
I can't remember what the game's called.
All right, well, you can have a look at those while I run through these other ones right now.
4.
Yeah, I remember there's like little frog. You got all 3 of them.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I know, but you got the whole...
There's like 3 or 4 games in the series.
That's pretty cool. Well, when we started going through all the hard-offs, I was particularly looking for things that were either variants of something that I wanted to own or didn't have, etc. So... in one particular store, I went all right with getting 2 rarities at a time, but this is a Japanese release of Breath of the Wild. Now, this one has the expansion plus, so everything is actually on the cartridge for Breath of the Wild. This is also available online, but these days it's starting to get quite pricey. I paid 7,700 yen for that one, and I was really happy with it. This is also another different release of Breath of the Wild. Now, the first release actually has a mistake on it where they show that the nunchuck and the Wiimote can be used with this game. I have the US version. Thank you very much to my very good friend JBam over on Instagram. Thank you, Jason. He gifted me a copy of the US version. I don't have the Aussie one, but now I have the Japanese one. I also picked up a copy for a friend of mine. So they roughly range from 2,000 yen to 2,200 yen or something like that. So $23 for those, which is really cool. And then I grabbed some more DS games, which I definitely wanted to grab. So Super Mario Land, one that I probably didn't need, but I bought simply because it has a blue case. I know. The Hourglass game for the Legend of Zelda. I don't have the PAL version of this one. I say I don't, I possibly do, but I really love the Japanese artwork. So, sorry. 550 yen, 880 yen. I don't own this one, which is Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Super disappointed in myself. I need to track this down in the PAL version as well, although I can play this one. So 550 yen, this is in mint condition. And here's another one. So this particular Kirby game, I have most of the Kirby games, either in PAL or, I can't think of what this one's called. Anyway, it's like Super Kirby or something like that. This one was a really good price. Everywhere else, this game was ranging between 2,000 yen and like 30,000 yen. So I paid 900 for it at hard off, and I was very, very happy with that. Then there would have been another video, probably like the third one that we made. I was talking about this one. This is the Game & Watch Collection too.
That was a good price.
Yeah, so this is always quite expensive. It's considered more of a rarity. These were released in Australia as well, but these are Club Nintendo exclusives. So I have been very keen to add the second one to my collection. I did really want to add it for less than this, but I'm glad I pulled the trigger when I did. Every other one I'd found was like $3,600 plus or even $50. Online, they're just ridiculous. So like $100. So $2,750. For that one. So I think that was a good one. And last but not least, one of the other PS3 games, I'm just looking around the floor, sorry, that I wanted to pick up. This was on my hit list for years. Lollipop Chainsaw, Premium Edition. This is so cool. So it has everything included inside of it. $2,750 again. I'm just pumped. Everything is here. I'm so excited by this game. I just love it. So it's got even its little flyers in there.
Cool.
It's very, very cool. So Lollipop Chainsaw is definitely one of my favorites, guilty pleasure games. It's also come out recently again, so I need to get the remake of it.
Yes,
but
Depop.
yeah, I'm very happy for that.
Repop.
Repop.
Yeah.
Go. You're up.
Okay, so they're Ninja-kun or Ninja Kid. So I think there's 3 or 4 games in the Famicom series, I think. But yeah, cool little platformer. Easy to find, relatively cheap. I think I paid about $5 per one. So yeah, keen to jump into those. That is cool.
Yes. Well,
Snake
this was
Eater 3D, 3DS. Didn't have this. And for 2,000 yen is the cheapest I've seen it.
That's the cheapest I've seen it as well.
Yeah.
I think I said that in the video. Yeah. That would be one of the last videos that I uploaded.
Yeah. One of my favorite games. I'll probably never play it on the 3DS just because it's not worth it.
Well, it's also region locked, and I'm not going to open my sealed 3DS.
But it's cool for the collection.
Yeah. Well, that game I showed you in the video how expensive it does sell in Australia for.
Oh, PAL's ridiculous.
PAL's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you know, I did ask you. I said, "Are you going to end up playing it?" And you were like, "Not. I
won't play
want
through
it."
3DS.
But yeah, you won't play it.
No one can play through it.
No. Exactly. So
720 on plasma. Yeah.
buying it for what, $20 was way better. But then we went on a bit of a cart splurge. And there are particular games that I wanted to start collecting to play either on the Famicom or the Super Famicom. Now, as you would have seen the channel progress over the years, you would have seen my first lot of videos when 2017, although I was we were shopping over there way before then, but I was always years before buying cartridges because they were always so cheap. They still are relatively inexpensive, but now that the boxes are becoming like complete in box are now becoming a little bit out of my reach, I've decided that I'll go back to cartridges until I can obviously update the collection to have complete in box if I love the game fully. So there's some ones that I shopped around for. So I ended up picking up Adventure Island. This was a steal.
That was
330 yen.
Yeah, that was a good find.
This was actually a really good find.
Yeah.
There was also Dino Riki. This one is a platformer slash shmup style dino. I want to call it Dino Crisis on the NES or something. I don't know. It's like a shmup dino game.
Shmup?
Yeah. It looks cool.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I almost left this. This was because I was too busy speaking to the lovely lady at Hard Off and she was making me blush. And so I actually forgot to get this out of the cabinet. So I ended up not getting tax-free on this one, but that's okay. So Turtles in Time. I wanted this
Card
game
only,
for so long.
but still.
$2,700.
It's a good price.
That is so cheap.
Yeah.
That was the cheapest I've seen it. It was sitting down in the bottom. It's like someone forgot it sitting there.
Yeah.
Bonk's Adventure. I really would love the Bonk's games, all boxed, but 1,100 yen on that. Spanky's Quest,
That was good.
platformer. I was not sure about getting it. I showed Bo and he said, Spanky, okay, let's go. Spanky's Quest. So he was keen on the name and the gameplay.
Yeah, but
Little
it's
Monkey.
the price too. It's not too bad.
Yeah, 900 yen. Natsumi game. You'll see another huge Natsumi game in a moment.
Found that in the junk section.
You did really well.
Yeah, that was...
They were selling these for like $20 elsewhere.
Man, it was
It
just...
was in there, just sitting there.
It was sitting there in the junk
It's
tub.
a Super Mario World one. Sorry, I was going to say 110 yen. That's correct. But
dollar.
so $1 we paid for that. So they were some really cool cartridges and decent games. Mostly platformers this year we went for, and stuff we hadn't. We could get in PAL, but are too expensive.
Yep.
And prefer the Japanese ones anyway.
Yep.
Cool. What have you got?
All right, bunch of PS1 games. So I found... I think this was a book off. Yeah, it was. It's Groove Jigoku, which is a rhythm game. It's a bunch of mini games. I think you can add your own music, put your own music CD in there as well.
Is there a similar game to that on the PS1 already that you could load your...
That was Goo Goo Soundy, which I posted recently. But yeah, this one is another similar sort of... There seems to be a lot of like music rhythm games coming out of Japan. But yeah, 4,100 yen may sound expensive, but it's actually a really good deal. And yeah, I'll put this up on my Instagram. This is a cool looking game. So another one is Internal Section. I got this for 2,750 yen. Now this is a tube shooter similar to sort of Rez. So it's another music rhythm game.
I didn't like Rez.
Shooter. How can anyone not like Rez?
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, but 2,750, pretty good. It says it's got a scratch disc, but we all know.
We know what
we
that's
all know
like.
when Japan
That's
says
fine.
scratch disc, it's not.
It's not Australian scratch disc.
There's Japanese scratched and there's Australian scratched. Japanese scratched is like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sort of hunting down the simple games on PS1.
The quality simple
And-
games.
Yeah, the good simple games. And this is part of the simple series. It's the Skateboard, I think it's called. And I got this for 880 yen. You don't really see it in every store, along with all the other sort of simple games.
yeah.
So the graphics don't look that bad. So I'm going to give it a try. And then Police Noughts, PS1. It's the original release with the original cover. I got this for 1,500 yen. I do have the other one. I think it's like a best of one with a white border, but I wanted this original one. So yeah, even though I can't play it, I need to put an English patch on an ISO file to play it. I still want this original copy. So 1,500 is cool. We've got Bishi Bashi Special 2. Love some Bishi Bashi. That is $27.50.
Very excited that we picked up Bishi Bashi 2 and
3 for 2,200 yen. So
yeah. They might seem expensive to everybody, but the Bishi Bashi games are timeless. They hold their price, and those ones, the third one has its card on there. It's almost like in new condition. So I was happy to pay for that.
Yeah. And then another awesome find, Pepsi Man. It was 13,000 yen, which is nowadays a good deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, stoked to find that at a hard off. Also where I picked up my PVM. So yeah, very happy.
Yep.
Very happy. If you haven't played Pepsi Man, you got to play it. Very cool. It's one of those runner games. So
it's not just a runner game though. It's like the music. It's
the music's good. Yes, repetitive, but it's addictive.
No, it doesn't bother me. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. But I play Super Mario Brothers like.
That's
that doesn't bother me. Like I think that Pepsi Man has its own sound that doesn't bother me. I don't know. It's like watching. I don't know. I love it. I love all the like cutscenes in it.
I love my unique.
Anyone who comes to a games night at our house has played Pepsi Man and walks away being like, I want to own Pepsi Man because we just love it.
But PS1's full of so many unique, weird games, and that's just they're the type of games I love. So
yeah, Pepsi Man's probably that and Mad Panic Coaster. Well, besides what I grew up with, but I think they're my favorite games on the PS1. And I like that Cameraman one that we don't have yet, the Gecko Boy or whatever it's called. Gekisha
Boy.
I want that so bad. I love that game.
I must have that game.
I know. I like the way he's creeping and he's like, it's so cool. Battery change. So we ended up picking up some GameCube games because I wanted to try and get all the Mario ones. But anyway, so Mario Tennis for 270 yen. There was also the Mario Golf, which was 480 yen. And this thing looks like it's never been played before. But separate to Mario is something else that's very close to my heart, which is Sonic the Hedgehog. And there's the 7-in-1 Sonic collection. So this is Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube. And out of all the places in all the world that we ended up finding this was Mandarake. Mandarake, and it is in Shibuya. So they've got multiple locations across Tokyo. So definitely go check them out. Previously, we've found different odds and ends of games over the years, like PS3 packs or PS3 games, good toys and stuff, but never a like dedicated section to games. And they actually had it this time. So we walked away with 3 games, one of which was this GameCube collection in mint condition, 1,600 yen. I think that was actually a really good deal for so many Sonic games on there. Like Sonic, there's like Sonic 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, 3D Blast, and Robotnik. So I think there might be Spinball and stuff on there. That was worth it.
It's a good buy.
That was really worth it. So there was also 2 other games that we ended up picking up from that Mandarake store as well. So one is, you can say this one, the Sega CD.
Oh, Ernest Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not, it's not a really expensive game or anything, but pretty cool platformer.
Yeah,
so
look cool.
I don't actually have this, but it was 1320 yen.
Yep.
So I will definitely play that one.
Yep. And the fact it was in
good.
Shibuya as well. I was like 1,300 yen, that's great. And here's one that I think I've actually seen before on previous trips. It is Obochama-kun on PC Engine. So this is an obscure PC Engine game. I'd say it's a platformer with a mixture of like power-ups, making it kind of like shmuppish. But it is still like a side scroller. So I'm very excited for this one. This one was 3,500 yen.
Cool.
So, and cool to find.
Well, talking about shmups, I was stoked to find, how much was this? 38.50. Mr. Heli, and I think it's Mr. Heli's Adventures, I think it's called.
Yeah.
On PC Engine, really cool looking shmup. Like, 38.50 for a PC Engine game. In case
in that that
shmup.
caliber, as
Hell
well.
yes.
Yeah.
So I got that at a hard off.
Yep.
That
was a good one.
very good find.
I also found at the Hut Off a Space Invaders copy of Space Invaders on the PC Engine, 1,100 yen. This game
price.
can go for like close to $100.
Yeah, that was good.
And yes, I have Space Invaders on multiple things, but I love the PC Engine for
Can you
arcades.
have too much Space Invaders? No.
No, you can't.
No, it's like Doom.
How dare you say that? Yeah,
You need
if
Doom
anyone
on like,
asked
literally
me,
every...
if someone said you can't have too much Doom, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my house. I love Doom. So yeah, Space Invaders, 1,100 yen. I thought that was really, really good find.
Yep.
Then we hit up the hard offs. I'll probably just finish with the only Sega Saturn game I picked up this trip.
I think it was.
It was. This is only Christmas Nights into Dreams. So this was only released as a Christmas promo in Japan. It's a few levels of Nights into Dreams. I did originally have a copy of this. I bought it for like 100 yen years and years ago. I traded it to a friend because they were a huge Nights into Dreams fan. So it just didn't make sense for me to have it and them not have it. So yeah.
How much? 900?
900 yen. That's on camera as well. So you'll see that at a hard off.
Cool.
Very happy about that. But
Here we
yeah,
go.
the
Heavy
same.
hitter.
No, heavy hitter's coming. So I ended up the same hard off that I picked up the Nights into Dreams. I picked up. Should I say? Hello, family calls. Okay, so when we were in that store, I ended up picking up. Well, there was actually quite a lot of Super Famicom games. Super Famicom. Oh my god, I need a cup of coffee. I ended up picking up Super Adventure Island, which I had been trying to track down for a while now during the course of the trip, and I paid probably way too much for it. But this is mint, 5,400 yen. They had 3 other copies of it there. Most of them were faded, so I was very keen to get that.
Clean copy.
It's clean, yeah. Then Doraemon 4. You didn't know about this either. I had no idea. I was so excited when I got off film, beaming, because I love finding a game that I didn't know about prior. And this is 2,500 yen, and when I showed you gameplay, we got back to our hotel that night, and we're just chilling out, and I was like, oh my god, I got this game, you got to see what it looks like. And it looks so good. So
cool music.
Cool music. Yeah. So many people rave about that game online, so I'm very, very happy about that. Next up was one of the hard offs that we went to with our friend Hi SB over on Instagram. This was one that is actually a very expensive game, or at least over $100. So this is 4,400 yen. It's Super Adventure Island 2. I don't like the gameplay look of this one as much as the first one, but I had to have it because it was so cheap, mint, and not faded, and 4,400 yen.
Good copy, yeah.
And good copy.
You're a great
and you never know, I
yeah.
might end up liking it. Just because I don't like what the gameplay looks like on YouTube doesn't mean that I won't personally like it, right? So there's apparently like a bit of a grind with casino gambling and stuff. Maybe I will like it. I don't mind Vegas. Anyway, heavy hitter time. Story time. So Kiki Kai Kai, Pokey and Rocky has been on my want list for a number of years, and I have always avoided buying it because of its sheer price. I have never played this game besides the Switch version, the Reshined, Pokey and Rocky Reshined, and it kicks my ass. So I'm very keen to play this on the Super Famicom. I'm now home. I'm getting all of this done. Donkey Konga first, and then this. So if I end up paying $200 for this, though, it's pretty expensive.
It's only going to get more expensive.
I know.
And that's where you're going to think, like...
I know. I come home and then I pay myself out, or I'm like very hard on myself for buying something this expensive. But I'm really, really happy I bought it. I'm very happy that I splurged on myself. All right. We're getting to the pointy end of this, everyone, I promise.
What are these?
This is to do with when we went to the last time to Akihabara. Anyway, the next big place, one of the hard offs that we went to, which was really cool, Bo's going to cover the PVMs, everyone. Don't worry, don't worry. We all know that you want to see those. So just to quickly cover, he bought a $1.
Yeah, look, every time I go to Japan, which has been over the last 12 years or something, I've never bought a $1 PS1. Actually,
no, I did.
We did buy a $1 PS1 box, the original 1000 model in the Scanline box for $1. But since then, I haven't bought a $1 PlayStation in a junk bin. So yeah, one popped up for $1. And yeah, it boots. It doesn't read. So I don't know whether it's a laser issue or maybe it's the guide rails or something like that. But yeah, it's a 5500 model. Yeah, it's all right. It's $1. I'll get it working.
You got it.
Yeah, it'll go with my PVM nicely. And then I got a boxed. This model was, I forget now, the 7000.
This is the last one.
SCPH 7000. No, there was a 9000.
Oh, there's a 9000.
So yeah, so I forgot when I bought this that this was a 7000. Yeah, but it's boxed, and I got this for like 3,000 yen.
Yeah, it was 3,300, but we got tax free, so it was 3,000.
Super clean.
So
$30. I don't have this box variant yet, so very happy to add that to the collection.
I love that box variant. I think it looks great.
Very cool.
Also for me, I picked up, you found it, thank you, Catherine from the PS3 era, this Xbox 360 and so forth. Don't correct me, everybody, in the comments. However, I believe that this soundtrack came out in Japan for the PS3 version. So it has like a really cool art book and a soundtrack. So I'm going to put that on this afternoon. I'm very happy for that. I'm very happy for that. Another place that we ended up going to was another book off. Now this was off the beaten track. So one of my biggest recommendations if you are going to Japan is to go to Google Maps, get on a train and find and search hard off or book off. That's what we do. I promise you.
Everyone asks, where's the hard off?
Yeah, we just get up in the morning, we have a cup of coffee, we go to the train station, we go, where are we going to go today, which direction, we pick one and we go. Sometimes it fails. It's either too expensive or that it doesn't exist anymore.
And you got to walk 2 kilometers.
And you got to walk a long way. Yeah, I know.
But you know what? It's
been worth it, trust us. So this particular day, we were on a train going toward, I think, Yokohama. And we were going to be on the train for about an hour. And so we thought, okay, let's just have a look at the forward stations to see if there's anything around the station, if we could just get off and have a look and see if there was a book off. And there actually bloody was.
Super Bizarre, I think it was, or something like that.
I don't know if it was called Super Bizarre, but it could have been. Like that. So this particular one, I picked up something, you picked up something.
Yeah, so walk in there. Heap of consoles in this book off, which is... You don't see it that often anymore in a book off.
Yeah, not at all.
But they had 2 Toys R Us Blue PS2s. They were 8,000 yen each. I picked the best one that didn't have any scratches. So it was just sitting on the shelf like this. Anyway, I took it to the counter. They went out the back and it comes with a matching controller as well. So this was a Toys R Us exclusive.
It's beautiful
in Japan, too. And it's a little bit different. There's 2 blues that came out, very similar ones, but this is the Toys R Us blue.
I'd also say, don't want to cut you off, but I'd also say like that mauve one, what I would call mauve if people know what that colour is, but I think that pink one looks similar sheen and similar type. That pink one.
There is another blue that matches that, yeah.
Yeah, see, I would have picked it wrong then. I wouldn't have known that there were 2 blues that matched then. Because I've seen the other colour and I thought it was the same thing.
You can tell. So the serial number's got SCPH 39,000 TB. So it's toy blue, that's what they call it. But yeah, this was a Toys R Us exclusive.
I can't wait for you to unwrap that. I want to see what that thing looks like.
This was very, very cool finds.
Yeah, very, very cool finds.
So I left the other one there. If anyone else is going back to, I think, at Tachikawa. Tachikawa book off, if it's still there.
But I didn't leave anything for anyone, so... No, I joke. I always leave stuff. This is something I've been wanting for quite a long time. I have always wanted the original style model PS3. I love the PS3 so much. And I would love all white PlayStation consoles. It is my goal. I'm almost there. I don't own the VCD model PS1, not mine. But I've got PS1 in my access. It's not mine. I can use it for a photo. But yeah, I'm getting there. So I just need to get the PS4 now, and
We've only got a slim white.
What?
We don't have a fat PS2 white.
No, that's okay. I'm just going to start like not worrying about the style.
The revisions.
Yeah, I don't. If I go that way, then I'm going to have what, 3 PS4s?
PS3 slim.
Oh
PS3
no, I have the other super
slim.
slim. Okay, everyone, check me now. Check me in the future. Don't let me go down that
1, 2,
train.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This was a really good deal. It ended. Don't count them out. We don't have the space. So yeah, this ended up being like $23, and I'm not lying. It really was.
It was missing a controller.
It was missing the controller, which, to be fair, I ended up picking up at another hard off at a later stage for 1,900 yen, and it is mint. The console itself is really nice condition. The lady at that store was incredible. She was so lovely. She helped us the whole way along. I actually had the best time shopping at that store, and I wish we had have gone back another day.
They had so much, like a lot of rare stuff in the cabinet too.
They had the best stuff. It was so good.
Yeah,
it was so good.
That's probably the best.
That was one of the best shops I've had in a long, over the years.
Yeah. Just a lot of uniques. Yeah. Hardware and games to choose from.
And the fact I got really a PS3 cool. for boxed.
And still bargains, yeah.
$23.
That was good.
Okay, so...
We got some more hardware.
We got some more hardware. This is all stuff that you...
chuck us the boxed. So, another book off find was this absolutely mint V Saturn. So, Victor Saturn, Sega gave the license to Victor, which is JVC, and they released, I think there are about 10,000 of these released. It might have been 10,000 of the JX1s and then 10,000 of the JX2s. So this is the second revision. It's like a lighter grey. It's got some really cool coloured buttons on it, but I mean, the hardware is basically the same. Internal is basically the same as a normal Saturn, but yeah, just the fact that this is a Victor release and it's mint in box.
This is actually new in box.
It says new. But it's...
We went through it.
Yeah.
We went through... luckily, this was the second day we went shopping with Hi. Now, none of this is on film. We just were going and having a look around. And, yeah, there was some goodies, which, by the way, I'm actually missing a game. No, I can see it now. So, yeah, it is new in box. It's been opened and checked. But the condition of this console is immaculate.
Very, very cool.
So how much did you pay for that?
Always wanted one. This was expensive. I think it was 30,000, so it was about $300 Australian. But personally, I think it's worth it. Like there aren't that many of these around.
I love this box.
Yeah, especially with you see all those Saturns getting hacked up on AliExpress now.
Oh,
especially V Saturns, and a box one.
Well, in saying that.
Yeah, and then this.
Then we went back, one of the last days before we were leaving, we wanted to go to Ikebukuro. So if you're staying along the JR train line in Tokyo, I definitely recommend that you go and check out Ikebukuro.
Ikebukuro. So it's, there's a book off there. There's also a Super Potato. But this book off had another V Saturn. So this was 9,000 yen. It came with the matching controller. And it also came with a transparent This Is Cool controller for 9,000 yen. That is a bargain. Now, I don't even know if it's working.
It's untested. They said no testing.
Yeah,
you
no
can't
testing,
return, so.
no cables, no refund or exchange. But you know what? I'm going to take a risk. I may use this to trade for someone else, like trade for something someone else has.
Yeah.
So yeah, I came home with 2 V Saturns, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a really good deal, I think.
Very happy.
And then
one more.
Yeah, so what ended up happening was we ended up going back to Akihabara because somebody just didn't buy the item that they wanted on the day. Anyway, and during that time, I ended up being like, I'm going to just go back and get the stuff that I wanted to. So there was God of War HD collection. This is the PSP version. So both games on PSP. 5.1 as well. I can't wait to play these. I'm very excited as a God of War nerd. I know, as soon as I say God of War, it's just like my face just goes, I'm so excited. This I picked up when you picked up the Victor Saturn. and I
that
missed this before. This is the Darkstalkers collection.
Chronicle, I think it is.
Yeah, so this has got 5 games on it, also known as either Vampire Hunter or Vampire Survivor and stuff like that. But
Love some Darkstalkers, so good.
Such a good fighting game. I ended up paying about $25 for that game or something, which is probably expensive, but heck, I've never seen that in any of the trips that I've gone
No, same.
over on PS2.
Really,
No, I was keen as. Then when I went back and was tracking down the God of War collection, these had just been put out. So there's Death Smiles pack for Death Smiles 1 and Death Smiles 2 on the Xbox 360. Now these are the special edition packs. They have soundtrack, which you guys would have seen from earlier. I picked up the soundtrack anyway. But yeah, these are super, super cool. Now, Death Smiles, I believe, is region locked, but I think Death Smiles 2 I can play. But either way, I'm very, very keen to have these shmups packs in my collection now. So $2,500 for this and $2,800 for this one.
Very cool.
So let's just call it $60 for both of those.
Couldn't leave them behind.
Oh, I couldn't. This is just epic find.
Yep.
It's so good.
Now, talking about epic finds, the Guns of the Patriots PS3 limited edition. I have left this in Japan countless times because it's too heavy. I didn't have much room left. Another mate grabbed one.
How much did he grab it for?
$80. It was 8,000 yen. Like 6 years ago, you could get this for $80. But yeah, this is the first time I've come across it in the last couple of years at Surugaya in Akihabara. Got this for $30,000, which is about $300, and it's complete matching controller, really good condition, awesome game, Metal Gear Solid 4. If you haven't played it, you got to jump on it. But yeah, this is probably my favorite release of the PS3 era.
Really?
Yeah, and I finally got it. I haven't had it, so...
Far out. That's a big call. Are you saying console or game?
Console.
Oh, I was like game. I was like, fuck, all right.
Oh, the game's brilliant. But yeah, console-wise, in limited edition releases, I would say...
Mine's still the
Guns of the
Yakuza one
Patriots
that I really,
is my
really
favorite.
want.
The white one.
The Yakuza one? Yeah, I left the Yakuza one when there was a book off in Shibuya, and I left it there.
I remember.
Oh, I cry every day.
Probably 8 years ago.
$60 it was, boxed.
But yeah, I'm very happy with that one. So, yeah, it's a bit of a console.
That's awesome. I'm glad you found...
this
I'm
time.
actually really glad you found something that you were after.
And the last bit of software, before I get to the
software?
PVMs, or it's not even software, it's not even gaming related. But,
sorry,
I'm a bit of a Laserdisc nerd. I love collecting them. I have Demolition Man already, the PAL version, but I wanted to pick this up.
You save it from the potential landfill too, right?
Actually, book offs or hard offs, we've noticed that their Laserdisc sections are getting smaller, so they're either dumping them or they're moving them to some of the hard offs and making them more expensive and putting them, like dumping the generic sort of...
Mandarake had a lot of the anime ones.
Yeah.
Very expensive. And they were never in Mandarake before. So I look at the Laserdiscs every time.
Yeah, so if you're a Laserdisc fan and you're going to Japan, I'd grab them because they will get rid of them. They're taking up space, no one's buying them.
And they're so heavy. You start putting 5 or 6 of these together and then you put 10 together and try and carry that.
Yep.
It's a mission.
Yep. And to finish off my Lethal Weapon collection, Laserdisc, Lethal Weapon 4. Lethal Weapon 2 is pretty damn good, but Lethal Weapon 4... Man, how often do you get 4 films and the 4th one is an absolute banger? I absolutely love this movie and I didn't have this on Laserdisc, so this is great. It's got the spine as well, really good condition, $1. Had to grab it.
Yep. Good one.
Yep, that made my day.
Just a few little bits and bobs. I'll be so quick. You guys are going to be like...
The battery's going to run out.
I know. Nintendo Tokyo, the Nintendo store, and also in, I suppose, Kyoto and Osaka, will have the brand new controller keychains. So last year when we went, we were able to pick up the Nintendo, so NES and the Famicom ones. I have a full set of those, but I wasn't able to get anything. I just got fucking GameCube constantly.
Yeah, so they had Super Famicom, they've got GameCube and N64 controller pieces.
I got 3 GameCube ones, and no one in the line would trade me. Last year, everyone was in the line, was keen to trade, and everyone was swapping the different ones. And so I didn't mind. I put like $50 in the machine because I knew that I could eventually get to a full set or 2 sets and like trade people things. But yeah, this year no one wanted to trade anything. I don't think anyone wanted my GameCube ones. But anyway, they're pretty cool. I've got the 2 GameCube pieces, and I got 1 extra one which I'll give to a friend. And then I just went to the Gush Pond and I got one of the Nintendo Wonder ones. And then, lucky last when we were at one of the hard offs, I ended up picking up the Game Boy adapter, which is pretty cool. So multiple people can play it at $16.50. And then there was another cable, which is for 2 people. So I actually got this one. I didn't have this. It was $8.80. I do have one of these, but I always wanted another one. I think I will say this came out in Australia with the F1. Oh, hello, this is our child. So, last but not least, this is now the tail end of the video. Thank you for sticking with us for so long. It's still here.
Still here.
A year later.
1 year later.
Maybe it's for you.
So yeah. And finally, to finish it off, I'm sure if everyone was watching the Instagram stories that I put up, the PVM we found at a hard off. I found this in the same hard off last year, sitting there. I didn't grab it, but this year it was still there.
Oh, you've already started to test it.
Got it sorted.
Go.
Do
Do you want me to get you a controller as well? Do you want a game? Let's do this seriously then.
PS1 from the junk section, and thought, hang on a second, we've got an RCA BNC adapter, so hi, dug around in the junk bins and actually found one with a S-video cable, so that worked out perfectly.
That picture's really nice.
Looks clean, guys. Looks really clean. So, $130. I don't think I can say no to that.
It's good.
Man,
It looks good.
It's crispy.
Yeah.
It's crispy.
Yeah. Here you go, see if it... No one wanted to take a risk on it.
Yeah, I think it said, was it untested?
No, it said it was working, but
Did it say it
people
was
it was
working?
just, it's beat
It
up.
looks rough, right?
It's beat up on the top. It's
yeah.
not too bad. The screen's got one decent sized scratch on the actual
It's got a bit of a dent in the bezel here.
on the glass.
Little tiny bit of a scratch there.
But to be honest, it's nothing that can't be fixed
Yeah.
up. It's
Yeah.
the picture on this though. So you would have seen the YouTube video, which would be considered possibly day 2, maybe day 2, and it is amazing. This thing looks great. We played GT through it, Gran Turismo.
Yeah. So it's a 14 PVM 14N5 model. It's got S-video input and it looks freaking stellar. So $120. Walked out of the hard off with it. Had to walk to the train station, up a hill. Luckily, there was a post office near the train station, so yeah, we bought the biggest box we could. There was a, what's that store? Daiso store across the road, so I went and bought, they didn't have rolls of bubble wrap, but they had little flat pack things of bubble wrap, and these padded things. So I sort of put it inside the box first, and then bubble wrapped outside the box. That was the best I could do, and yeah, paid for EMS Air, and luckily it arrived.
And luckily it arrived safely.
So I thought, going through Japan mail and then on the airline, and then once it gets to Australia, we know how Aussie handlers are.
Yeah, no, but I will give it to the Aussie Post handlers. They were the ones that put a lot of stickers on it and took took a lot of care.
Actually,
I will highly recommend Ozpost on that recommendation. And we have great drivers that come to our house, and they were really, really lovely.
Yeah, so the bit of paperwork on top, they put TV, but TV was only like really, really small and circled. And then when it arrived to Australia, and then it got to our house, it had Australia Post fragile glass stickers
all
around
over
the side of it.
And a massive TV.
They'd scratched out wine and put TV on there. So they actually did a really good job.
Yep.
So thank you, Australia Post, for taking care of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, stoked to find that. $120 for a PVM. That's one PVM.
Where's the other one?
Just hold that for me.
No, I'm going to let this baby fall. Now, I'd like to consider this mine.
The second PVM, the PVM 9220, little tiny 9-inch, so composite video only. This was at one of our favorite hard-offs. And I was too busy going through like the other junk section. I think I was looking at
looking at PC
parts at the time. I'd already gone through the game section. And Em yelled out, and I don't know if you've seen the video.
Like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on. Yeah, I walk around the corner and this thing's staring at me. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. So it was how much? $20.
Yeah.
$20 for a 9-inch PVM.
Now, it wasn't working.
Well, yeah, we took it to the testing station in Hard-Off, plugged it in, and usually you get like a line input on the top, or you see some kind of brightness in the screen. But yeah, this seemed completely dead. I checked the external sync buttons and brightness and everything.
It's exactly what they said on the card as well.
Yeah. So it wasn't working, but I thought I'd take a risk. It's something I could fix. Got it home, plugged it in, worked perfectly. So cleaned it up, took the dried sticker off the front here, gave it a really good clean, and it is mint. So I carry this on board the Qantas plane in the overhead luggage. It only weighs like 9 kilos. But yeah, $20 for a PVM.
Oh well, it's mine now. He snoozed and he loosed. Oh my god, where is he? What are you doing?
What?
Come here. I keep yelling out to you. Trust me, you don't want that. Trust me, you don't want that. You're gonna Yep.
Oh, what the hell? Get out. Alright, I gotta translate this. I gotta work out what's wrong with this. Absolutely stoked.
Yep.
I never thought I'd come home from Japan with 2 CRTs, but
yeah, here we are.
But yeah, I think it was a pretty successful haul.
I think we did some good shopping. We picked up games that we were either looking for or ones to fill our collecting needs, like to play different games like shmups and platformers,
lots of platformers.
Which is what we really love.
Yep.
Copy of Pepsi Man, which will go to another home.
Go to
with
a good friend
friend of ours, like who loves this game, who comes and plays it every single time we have.
Shout out to Wayne's Games.
Yeah, shout out to Wayne. And I picked up the PS3, which in white that I was really, really wanted, and I picked up the God of War console, which is like holy grail. Oh, and Kiki Kakai. So I got that.
And Guns of the Patriots.
Yep.
And then a couple of like wildcard entries, the V Saturn.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Well, that's
and like little things like Lethal Weapon 4, like just like
So you've gone from like a cheap $1 thing that brings you joy to complete like that set of movies, and then
the shareholder copy of Sons of Liberty, like.
I know.
It's so cool, and that's why we travel to Japan, right? Because
you never know what you're going to get each day.
You don't know.
Yeah, you
don't know. So. Very cool trip.
Yeah, very cool. Well, we hope you've all enjoyed following us along on this adventure. We are planning another trip in the future, which we will keep you all informed on. This one we didn't tell anyone. We were going away to Japan during that time. So, we'll definitely be planning a very, very big trip for the next one. Hopefully we can find more good games, have some more fun, eat some good food.
More PVMs.
And more PVMs. Yeah.
I'm on a PVM hunt now.
Yeah, definitely.
Ah, it's on.
It's on. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. And if there's anything that you think you would have picked up, hit the comments below. If there's anything you'd like to see more of, obviously let us know as well. But
Cool.
Thanks for watching.